Hello, my name is Dr. Keith Snow and I'm a member of the Ongar Wildlife Society. If you use the letters Ongar and Wildlife, if you split it into two, Society, it spells owls, and that's what we like to be known by. Now, we have talks every month, and a talk that we had recently, which really grabbed my attention, was on wildlife. It's on our wildlife situation in this country and how over the past decades the wildlife has really disappeared. And a lot of this is due to farming practices. Now, good farming practices can rectify this. And we had a talk a little while ago by Ian Dillon. He's the manager of an arable farm in Cambridgeshire run by the RSPB. And their policy is to try to bring wildlife back into farming, because farming and wildlife can coexist. Now, he's doing a great job, and it would be lovely if the whole country could do the same thing, and this is his plan. The great difficulty, as I see it, is that many farms are owned privately, and that, I think, will mean that that situation can work. But equally, lots of farms now are large cooperatives, run by multinational companies, and they're in it purely for profit. So I think we've got to try and look into this to see whether in fact these large farms can equally help. Now, the whole of Essex contains a lot of farming activity, and so if we could rectify that situation, we'd get wildlife back on the map again. Equally, individuals can play their part as well. For example, the country is very fragmented, and therefore animals that live in one part of the country are in isolation. But if we can have a network so that they can move from one area to another, that would be far better. And this is where we need to look outside of nature reserves and look at people doing their own little bit. By having a pond in a garden, if there are enough ponds, then frogs, dragonflies can move from one area to another. Equally, wildflower planting in gardens will also help the situation. So it can be done either on a national basis or on an individual basis. Now, I think a key to this is that youngsters are told about the problems, because they are the future of this country. And if we can get children in schools to be planting wildflowers, to be learning about wildlife, to be appreciating wildlife, and to be looking after wildlife, then I think the future is secure. So that's, to my mind, is what we need to do. But at Owls, we try to tell people in the local community what the problems are, but the local community in Ongar are not youngsters, and so we need to get to the whole generation, to the next generation, really, I think, to rectify this situation. Okay. Thank you.